How Leonard Nimoy Spock helped one Star Trek. Discovery's star understand their character before stepping onto the set. Few characters in science fiction have shaped performance, storytelling, and even acting philosophy quite like Spock, as portrayed by Leonard Nimoy. For decades, Nimoy's half-Vulcan science officer has stood as Star Trek's emotional paradox, a character defined not by what he feels openly, but by everything he struggles to contain. And long after Nimoy's final appearance, Spock continues to guide new generations of actors entering the ever-expanding Star Trek universe. For one star preparing to step into Star Trek Discovery, understanding Spock became the unexpected key to unlocking their own character before cameras even began rolling. The weight of joining Star Trek. Joining Star Trek isn't like joining most television franchises. Actors aren't simply playing roles. They're inheriting decades of philosophy, fandom expectations, and thematic legacy. When Doug Jones prepared to portray Saru, the cautious yet deeply principled Kelpien science officer aboard the USS Discovery, he faced a unique challenge. Saru was an entirely new alien species, meaning there was no established behavioral blueprint to follow. No prior performances. No cultural shorthand. No familiar emotional reference. But Jones quickly realized that Star Trek already had the perfect guide. And that guide was Spock. Learning alien humanity from Spock. Saru, like Spock, exists between worlds. Spock balances Vulcan logic and human emotion. Saru balances fear and courage, instincts bred into his species against the responsibilities of Starfleet leadership. Jones has spoken about studying Nimoy's performance carefully, not to imitate it, but to understand how alien restraint could still communicate profound humanity. What Nimoy mastered was restraint as storytelling. Spock rarely raises his voice. His posture is controlled. His reactions are measured. Yet audiences always understand what he feels beneath the surface. That paradox became a revelation for Jones before he ever stepped onto Discovery's set. Instead of exaggerating alien behavior, Jones realized the performance needed less, not more. The alien quality came from discipline. Acting through stillness. One of Nimoy's greatest contributions to acting, especially genre acting, was proving that stillness could be powerful. Science fiction often tempts performers toward theatricality, strange voices, exaggerated movements, or overt displays meant to signal otherness. Nimoy rejected that instinct entirely. Spock's alien identity came from precision rather than spectacle. For Jones, buried under extensive prosthetics and towering Kelpien physiology, this lesson was essential. Heavy makeup limits facial expression. Subtle muscle movement disappears beneath latex. Emotional communication must travel through posture, timing, and vocal control. Nimoy had already solved this problem decades earlier. By observing Spock's calm cadence and deliberate physical economy, Jones discovered how Saru could project intelligence, anxiety, and empathy simultaneously, even when his face could barely move. In many ways, Spock became an acting manual disguised as a character. Fear versus logic. Another connection between Saru and Spock lies in internal conflict. Spock suppresses emotion because Vulcan culture demands logic. Saru initially struggles because his species evolved as prey, genetically wired to anticipate danger. Fear defines his early decisions. Jones realized that Saru's arc mirrored Spock's philosophical journey. Growth doesn't come from eliminating emotion, but understanding it. Spock never truly becomes emotionless. He learns balance. Likewise, Saru evolves from fear-driven survival to confident command. By studying Nimoy's subtle portrayal of internal struggle, Jones approached Saru not as a nervous alien, but as someone constantly negotiating instinct and duty. That reframing changed everything. Instead of playing fear outwardly, Jones played control over fear, exactly the technique Nimoy used with emotion. Carrying a legacy without copying it. Importantly, Jones never attempted to make Saru the new Spock. Discovery already had its own connection to Vulcan legacy through characters tied directly to